Ryan McCaffrey with IGN. I'm with Richard Fogey from Undead Labs. We're looking at State of Decay 2, and we are going to dig a little deeper into the base building stuff and the different upgrades you can do to your community shelter.
Yeah.
Richard, what do you think? We're not at the beginning of the game here.
No,
we're
this is definitely not the beginning of the game. This is more towards the end of the game, a bit of an aspirational thing. But you can see my base is a little bit of a mess right now, and there's some unused facility slots that we have in here that we can get fixed up. So I was going to give you a quick tour of what's going on.
Yeah, that'd be great. I know, of course, base building has been a huge part of State of Decay, even in the first game, and even more so here. And there's you've redesigned the UI, the menus, and there's so many more options and things you can do with your base that I was hoping you could kind of walk us through some of this new stuff.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So we spent a lot of time looking at the feedback that we got about how the base systems work, and specifically a lot of the feedback that we got on the UX, which wasn't amazing on the first game. And we put a lot of energy into making sure people could build the base of their dreams and achieve their aspirational goals of what would you do in the zombie apocalypse. Yeah. So one of the biggest changes from State of Decay 1 to State of Decay 2 is we've added zombies to the game.
As zombies walk into your base there. I guess you don't have any perimeter defenses, any passive defenses.
I have a watchtower, but it's not doing good work right now. But what I was going to say before the zombies interrupted me is, in addition to the normal slots that we had in State of Decay 1, we now have these large slots, which are for larger projects that will benefit your base significantly by having things like this farm slot, for instance.
Cool.
It's a large slot. The benefits for that is it's gonna give me a lot of food per day, as well as some other cool functionality. Man, they just keep coming.
Such is the unpredictable nature of State of Decay. I guess.
They're not really cooperating with the fact that we want to do this, put this thing together.
They just want to be in the video too.
Everybody wants their time to shine.
That's
Another
right.
thing that you can see going on here, because of the zombies coming in constantly, there have been a couple sieges on this base recently, and I haven't done any of the maintenance required to kind of keep it back up. So you can see my kitchen slot there is currently wrecked.
You need some
and needs
water?
To be repaired.
Is that what that indicates?
It has water. So there's water coming into the base right now from this water outpost that I have. I also have fuel income from this and a couple of materials outposts that are generating materials for me. What I need to do now is get some folks to start fixing up some of these facilities that I have. The watchtowers are working right now and keeping these zombies out of the base because it's busted. So I've got labor over there off to the side. You can see I have 4 labor right now, and I can get a couple people started on fixing this up. So it's going to take about 15 minutes for that to get fixed up. The infirmary's getting fixed up. That'll be done in the next 4 minutes or so.
Okay.
I was desperate to get that back because I had a lot of survivors to maintain here. But in addition to adding a lot of different new facilities in the new large facility slot, we also added a lot of functionality to the existing facility structure that we have, and actions that you can perform in those facilities as you upgrade them, as you get access to different facility mods and things like that. You're able to then come in and craft different consumables,
nice.
Weapon modifications that you can use, and in the case of vehicles, you can upgrade certain vehicles if you have an auto workshop, for instance. So because I have the right survivors and I have this upgraded consumables workshop, I can make these soda can bombs. I need power. That's the other symbol up there, and I don't have any power in my base right now. I can get power by either coming over to one of these empty slots, and I can build a generator.
Let's do that, maybe.
I can get that going. I do not have enough materials right now to I'm
not
just short by one.
Or materials.
But if I were to have those things, I could start building this generator. It would take about 16 minutes for us to do that, and then I would have power at this facility here which would then enable me to build any of these things that have requirements that also need power.
And just like the first game, the time it takes to construct these things, those are real world minutes, right? Not in-game minutes?
They're actually, because we don't have offline progress anymore, we got rid of that functionality.
Right.
It is just straight up in-game minutes. So
Okay.
if you were to leave the game while it was about 15 minutes left, or 5 minutes left to go, when you come back, it's going to be 5 minutes left to go. And we made a lot of adjustment and balance and tuning based on the fact that it's not going to be real world anymore. Some of those old facilities took hours to build. And yeah, so lots of different vehicle consumables that you can build, toolkits to maintain your vehicles. And we were talking about we have storage, you need to maintain your storage. This one has functionality that allows me to store, in addition to storing a lot of stuff, I can sort ammo, some of my resources that I have in my community, I can turn them into other forms of currency that I need. For instance, I can load up this gas can. After I upgrade this facility, I'd be able to turn some of the materials I have into parts that I need, again, for crafting other items, consumables.
Cool. Can we also take a look? We went into a minute ago, but just diving into that build menu of all the different types of structures that are available, and it's so many more than in the first game.
Right. We discovered that people were really fascinated by the concept of building an aspirational base, thinking about what it is that they valued in the context of a zombie apocalypse. Which things they thought were important. Do they want to focus on aspects of the base that would give them better defenses? Do they want to focus on being prepared? Do they want to focus on compensating for the lack of food in the environment and trying to build farms and gardens and things like that? So we really wanted to give a variety of different options for solving these different problems. This hydroponics, it's like, oh, you can get +3 food a day, but it has a lot of different requirements, both in terms of facilities that you need to have and survivors that need to manage it. So we have facilities for managing morale, we have facilities for training your survivors so that they get better at different aspects of the game, getting better at shooting, getting better at combat, improvements to their health and stamina.
Isn't there an Xbox in here somewhere? Can we put a video game console?
If I were to build, if I were to build this lounge, I can show you the mod. Yeah, if I were to build that lounge, there it is.
Yeah, install it, and it's the original Xbox.
The original Xbox, the only thing that survived the apocalypse.
Love it.
But I can install. We were talking about this earlier. I can install this bike generator. So I'm going to install this bike generator, and that's going to take a few minutes to do. Once that's done, I'll be able to put some labor into that, and somebody's in there pedaling away on the bike, and that's providing power to the base for a limited amount of time. Because
it's like a human hamster wheel.
It basically, exactly.
It's after the zombie apocalypse. You got to do what you got to do.
You got to do what you got to do.
All right. Well, that is an excellent look at some of the new and deeper base building mechanics in State of Decay 2. We are covering State of Decay 2 all month long here as part of IGN First. So look for much more on State of Decay 2 right here on IGN.